Good afternoon. This is forecast. First, temperatures tonight falling back mainly in the 50s. Sioux Falls 56, Aberdeen 52, Pierre 53, and Rapid City in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, more sunshine. We're back to the 80s. 83 in Sioux Falls, 87 in Pierre and Rapid City, where Southwest South Dakota has a fire weather watch. Will there be rain this weekend? We've got some answers to that question coming up next, but first at 4.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, Jason Ravnsburg's law license has been revoked. We're going to tell you what we know about a Supreme Court decision.
Plus, how you can help Sioux Falls police find a missing man.
And why St. Paul is dropping a program that has helped thousands of people. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Just coming into our newsroom, we have an update on the lockdown at the South Dakota State Penitentiary. The Department of Corrections says so far a search has turned up dangerous and unauthorized items.
They include handmade weapons and unauthorized electronics. Authorities included these pictures in the news release. Now, the DOC says that the lockdown is still in place and will continue until the whole complex is searched.
Also, just coming into our newsroom, 3 men appeared in court this afternoon following a major drug bust. According to court documents, authorities have confiscated thousands of fentanyl pills, 3 pounds of meth, along with guns and cash. The 3 suspects have addresses in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. They're all being held on $200,000 to $250,000 cash bond.
Sioux Falls police continue to ask for your help in finding a missing man. Tyler Weathersby has been missing for over 2 weeks after going on a morning walk on September 4th. Sioux Falls police spokesman Sam Clemens spoke about the case today.
We've had I'd say well over 100 different tips, some of those from Crime Stoppers, some of those direct phone calls, other calls that officers have gone unchecked, and we've really exhausted all of those leads.
Police say that anyone with information on Weatherby's whereabouts should contact police or Crime Stoppers.
Well, we are getting closer to fall, Don.
Yeah, it's kind of going to feel like it this weekend, it sounds like, Brian.
Absolutely. We're going to start feeling some 60s for highs here before you know it. But until then, we've got a couple more warm days. Let's take a look at the weather this afternoon here. Lake Madison, we've got sunshine, west wind about 20 miles per hour, temperature holding there at 79, and dry skies. Of course, we are watching thunderstorms east of us. In fact, our Beersford radar is actually tracking a fairly large storm right around Esterville, Iowa at this time. So just a little east of Okoboji is where that's located. And then you could even see some more activity way over there toward Austin, Minnesota. In fact, they've had some severe weather this afternoon in that part of the region there. You can see those storms kind of blowing up there and then tracking to the northeast toward Rochester. Other than that, most of South Dakota, high and dry. It looks like here for the short-term forecast that will remain the case. 85 in Winter this hour, 82 in Huron, 84 degrees Mitchell, 73 in Spearfish, and 67 in Custer. We've had some wind, some fairly sustained gusty winds northwest South Dakota, still around that 30-mile-an-hour range, so continue to watch for that. Headline here for tomorrow, southwest South Dakota, we have a fire weather watch in effect. We will continue to monitor the conditions for that. Hopefully things will get better as we get into the weekend. Lows tonight, we're down to 56 in Sioux Falls, 52 Aberdeen, partly cloudy skies, Pierre at 53, and Rapid City 48. That's a quick look at weather. We'll get to our complete forecast coming up.
Thanks, Brian. Former South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsburg will not be allowed to practice law for the next 6 months. Today, the South Dakota Supreme Court laid down its decision to revoke Ravnsburg's law license over his conduct following the 2020 death of Joe Beaver. The Supreme Court held an evidentiary hearing back in February to determine whether Ravnsburg should temporarily lose his law license. He was impeached and removed from office in 2022. He was driving the car that struck and killed Joe Beaver in 2020. Ravnsburg was the first public official to be impeached in South Dakota's history.
One woman is dead after a crash north of Sturgis last night. Just after 7 o'clock local time, the 80-year-old was turning out of a driveway in a UTV when she was hit by a pickup. The woman was thrown from the UTV and died from her injuries. The driver of the pickup was not hurt.
St. Paul is planning to drop a program that's helped thousands of people in need. Contracted mental health providers will no longer work with police to connect people to resources. David Schumann with our CBS affiliate in Minneapolis shows us what the city plans to do now.
911. For years, mental health providers have followed up on 911 calls in St. Paul. The Community Outreach and Stabilization Unit, or COAST, handles about 1,700 cases a year.
It could be about food security, housing, making sure they're connected with a mental health professional.
Now the city's scrapping COAST in hopes of providing those same services more efficiently without overlapping agencies.
I kind of make it akin to, we had a little house, and then that family grew and we kept doing add-ons. And now we have this bigger house, but it's kind of disjointed. It wasn't put together in a really thoughtful way. And so we realized probably the best answer is now is we tear the house down and build it the way it should be.
Specifics of the new system starting next year appear to still be getting ironed out. Sue Abderholden with the National Alliance on Mental Illness Minnesota is concerned that if city employees take on more of this work instead of contracted providers, people's private information won't be protected as well. The city says that's precisely one of the reasons for making a change.
We don't need to know the details of their medical condition. We do need to track whether or not a bed is available, a shelter bed, a treatment option, and what do we need to do to knock down a barrier to get a person into a service that they need.
When we think about these big issues like mental health crises, overdoses, homelessness, you can't just have a city fix it. And I think this is a step backward.
St. Paul's deputy mayor says she doesn't think there will be an interruption in services for people who use the COAST program. 911 response also will not be impacted. In St. Paul, David Schumann, WCCO News.